It was a quiet evening in Jerusalem, filled with the bustle of Passover pilgrims. But in a small upper room, Jesus sat with his 12 disciples, knowing this would be his final meal with them.
He looked at them with deep compassion. As he broke the bread, he said, "This is my body, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And as he lifted the cup, he said, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you." But in that sacred moment, he also revealed that one among them would betray him. The disciples were shocked, looking at one another in confusion. But Jesus already knew, Judas had made his decision. Later that night, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane. He took Peter, James, and John with him and said, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Alone in agony, he prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Even in his pain, Jesus chose obedience. And then, Judas appeared, leading a crowd armed with swords. With a kiss, he handed Jesus over. The disciples fled in fear. Jesus was arrested, bound, and led away. At dawn, he was taken to Pontius Pilate. Though Pilate found no fault in him, the crowd cried out, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" To appease the people, Pilate had him flogged, a cruel, merciless act. At dawn, he was taken to Pontius Pilate. Though Pilate found no fault in him, the crowd cried out, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" To appease the people, Pilate had him flogged, a cruel, merciless act. The Roman soldiers mocked him, placed a crown of thorns on his head, and clothed him in a purple robe. They bowed in mock worship, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Weakened and in excruciating pain, Jesus carried his cross toward Golgotha, the place of the skull. There, nails pierced his hands and feet. They lifted the cross, and Jesus, the Son of God, hung between two criminals. He looked at the crowd, at those who mocked him, and said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Even in his suffering, he showed love. Jesus said, "Dear woman, here is your son," and to the disciple, "Here is your mother." Darkness covered the land for 3 hours. The earth trembled. And then, with a loud cry, Jesus declared. Jesus said, "It is finished." He bowed his head, and gave up his spirit. Centurion says, "Surely this was the Son of God." This was not the end. But on this day, the world saw love poured out like never before. The price was paid, the sacrifice complete.